Hi, my name is Ben Rugg. For the past couple of years, I've had the privilege of serving on the board for the Madison Waldorf School. And on behalf of the board, I'd like to take this chance to officially welcome our new families and bring our wider community up to speed on some of the things that are happening in the life of our school. Obviously, this is not a normal year at all. Typically, we would have had a chance to connect in person through festivals and assemblies and an all-school meeting. But in lieu of that, I'd like to use this as a way to connect a little bit more and also share some pictures of some of the sweet moments so far this year. I want to start by acknowledging just how hard our faculty and staff are working this year. Every teacher, assistant, the administration, board members, volunteers, this is a really dedicated group of people who are passionate about serving our kids. And I'm so grateful to be part of this community. As many of you know, our school is about half the size that it was last year. And obviously that's meant some really difficult cuts. But at the same time, I'm pretty amazed at how well the school has adapted. I think we're serving our students in unique ways this year that are still driven by Waldorf pedagogy and principles. It's awesome to see the early childhood classes and the first and second graders meeting in person and experiencing that healthy social life together. And I know that the teachers are working really hard to make sure that the 3rd through 8th graders are having the best virtual experience possible. I think many of our students are really thriving, but I also want to acknowledge that this time has been tough for some. And if your child is struggling and you haven't already talked to Ginny or your teacher, please do. Everybody on staff wants to make sure that all of our students are taken care of and served in the best way possible. I also wanted to let you know that as the situation with COVID progresses, us as a board, leadership, and faculty are looking at our older students, their current developmental phases, and knowing that they need peer interaction at this point in their lives. So we are looking at potential ways to phase in some amount of in-person experiences or classes in this current school year. And of course, at the same time, really trying to make sure we continue our wonderful feat of having 0 COVID cases in the school. The faculty is really passionately discussing how do we balance the physical health and safety of everyone in the community with the mental health and well-being of our students. So we don't have any changes to announce at this point. I just wanted to let you know that we are continuing to navigate this tough situation. Financially, obviously this year is really different from normal, and we've already had tight budgets in the past. Remarkably, we are making ends meet this year. You might think, like I did when I started a couple years ago, that it would be easy to run a school like this, given that we charge the tuition we do. But in reality, we actually offer this education for less money per student than the Madison public school system does. And in addition to that, we offer a really generous, accessible education fund for families because we really value the diversity and we want to make sure that anybody who wants this education can receive it. So of course, we rely on the generosity of our community. And remarkably, this year, we've already had more giving than the entirety of last school year, and it's been completely unsolicited. So if you've already given, thank you so much. We will be starting our annual giving campaign soon. And unlike many other private schools, there's no expectation that you give. We really want, if you consider giving, we want it to be because you value what the school offers. This year, we'd really like to be able to give raises for the faculty and staff. They actually haven't had even cost of living raises since 3 years ago. They're really not getting paid what they deserve. And of course, we'd like to be able to offer more programs, more specialty classes, even use money for additional marketing to just reach families that might benefit from this beautiful school. So again, there's no expectation at all, but if you want to consider giving, we will start reaching out in the next few weeks. Finally, one other thing that's different this year is that normally we have a really thriving parent community. So many deep friendships and connections have been made here in the past. It's really the opposite of a typical drop-off school. I think because we're just not seeing each other in person, naturally that's harder this year. But if you would like to volunteer to help find ways for people to connect, we would love to make that happen more often. And of course, this is a small school, so we can use volunteers for just about anything. If you would like to be a class parent, if you'd like to help with festivals, serve on the board, help maintain the buildings and grounds, we really Our school really thrives from volunteers. So if you would like to volunteer for anything, contact Ginny and we will use any skill set you have. Okay, I think that's everything from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of this community.